Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the board, and welcome to EvoCol's third quarter Board of Directors meeting. In today's meeting, I'd like to review with you EvoCol's current state regarding funding, intellectual property, the challenges we're facing, and then I'll brief you on our proposed pivot to address these challenges, including our 3 licensing options and our recommendation to the board. As you know, thus far we've raised $200,000 for a 20% equity stake with a 1x exit preference. We also have $100,000 in debt with 20% stock warrants as collateral. This leaves 80% for the founders and 20% for you, the investors, assuming no default. For IP, we have 3 patents issued by the USPTO. As you know, our medical imaging and 3D printing technology are cutting edge and have many potential applications outside of colon tissue production, which gives us a distinct advantage in the 3D printing space. However, we do have some challenges. Long production timelines preclude the use of our colon implants for emergency surgeries, which are pretty frequent for the diseases that we're targeting. And even for non-emergent surgeries, a delay may cause a condition to worsen or prolong discomfort for the patient. And we found that very few patients are willing to undergo a second surgery to receive the implant. We also have limited experience outside of bioprinting with materials such as resins and filaments, which hinders our ability to expand to other products without additional development costs or hiring expertise. To address these challenges, we propose a pivot from manufacturing tissue products to software for mass customization of medical products. Our existing technology allows processing of medical images, such as MRIs and CT scans, and design of custom products tailored to patient anatomy. We're simply extending this technology to other medical applications. Our technology is some of the most advanced in the field. This new approach will allow us to focus on this strength. We use a license-based business model to eliminate further product development costs and to provide the opportunity to partner with leaders in the biotech field to bring our technology to various medical applications. Furthermore, this approach allows us to maintain a focus on improving quality of life for patients. We're simply expanding from colectomy patients to a much wider scope, maintaining the same visions and values. Under this plan, we have 3 main options for licensing. Our first option is to license our technology to Carbon, an innovative 3D printing company, which uses clip technology to rapidly produce high-quality parts. Carbon has offered us a $500,000 one-time fee for an exclusive license. They'll use our technology to improve their precision dental surgical guides and custom dentures and expand into other medical applications. After repaying our debt and the 1.1x exit preference, this licensing agreement will yield $160,000 for the investors and a total of $240,000 for the investors, which is a 1.2x return. Our next option is to license to biotech leader Johnson & Johnson. This license would be 10% royalties, no upfront fees, for an exclusive 5-year license with the option to renegotiate at the end of the term. Johnson & Johnson will use our tech for customizing surgical tools, medical implants such as titanium bone replacement, and tissue printing for joint replacements. The 3D printing for medical applications market is forecasted to grow to $1.8 billion by 2022, and if Johnson & Johnson can capture just 0.5% of market share with our technology, that'll be $9.4 million in sales, which will yield $940,000 in royalties. After debt and 1x exit preference, this results in $512,000 for the founders and $328,000 for the investors, which is a 1.6x return on investment. Lastly, our third option is a non-exclusive license. This would be no upfront licensing fees, 5 to 7% royalty on all sales, with a 3 to 5 year terms and the option to renegotiate at the end of the term. Here are some of our prospective licensees and the potential royalty revenues from each. We have 3D Systems, whose focus is anatomical models for training and has a market cap of $2 billion. Materialize, which produces anatomical models, customizes implants and surgical guides, and has a market cap of $603 million. Johnson & Johnson and Carbon we've already discussed. And lastly, Dassault Systems, with biomedical material modeling applications and a market cap of $35 billion. Negotiating licensing agreements with just 2 of these companies would exceed the revenues from an exclusive agreement with Johnson & Johnson. And we have potential revenues up to $2.6 million, which is $1.87 million for the founders and $726 for the investors, or a 3.6x return. Thus, we recommend negotiating a non-exclusive license of our medical imaging 3D printing technology, not only for the potential for greater return on investment, but because a non-exclusive license encourages growth and innovation throughout the sector. And increasing innovation in 3D printing for medical applications aligns with our mission, improving quality of life for patients. This concludes my brief. What are your questions?